Today we have what is apparently the most expensive homes in the world as of 2022. I'm sure there's probably more expensive houses now, but we're not going to talk about that.
The cheapest property on our list starts at $335 million.
$335 million for the cheapest one. That could buy you 335 of the most futuristic RV. And let's be honest, that does not look nice at all. What's that like? What's that phobia of holes? You'd be going absolutely mad right now.
Le Palais Bulle, number 5. This architectural white elephant has multiple swimming pools, gardens, waterfalls, an amphitheater built into the hillside, and a breathtaking view of the Mediterranean Sea.
It looks like the hillside has got a growth on it, or like an organ hanging out of it or something. It's nasty. You can't slap a swimming pool on something then call it expensive. Throughout this video, what we're going to do is we're going to rank them from 100% would buy to 100% wouldn't buy. I mean, it's not like I'd have the money to buy any of them.
From its series of bubble-like houses, this is where the name comes from, Bubble Palace, or Palais Bulle.
Okay, with the lights on it, it does look pretty cool. But the only reason it looks cool is because you can't see the property properly anymore. All you see is the lights, the weird orange clay texture. You don't see like most of it. Right, at the moment, this is 100% would not buy right at the bottom, even if I had a spare 330 odd million.
The property has a room where you can host
nice.
dinner with special guests while taking in the view and cool breeze.
Do you know what this looks like? Like you're going to walk into one of the rooms and there's this Jack Black on a keyboard singing Peaches.
But the 500-seater amphitheater gives the ultimate experience for open-air, large-scale events. And it has, in fact, hosted some of the most prestigious events, like Christian Dior fashion shows, Cannes Film Festival parties, and private galas. The interior of the house seems like something Joe Rogan would love, as the convoluted nature of the rooms feels like a psychedelic experience.
100% would not buy. The interior does look slightly better than the exterior, but like only because it doesn't look like the house. It looks like just a normal, nice house, I guess. All right, we're on to number 4 now. 410 million.
This 35-acre property features an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a 30-horse capacity stable, 14 bedrooms, 20 greenhouses, and more.
20
the main
greenhouses.
house has grand sitting rooms, a ballroom, a concierge, floor-to-ceiling 19th century portraits in ornate frames, a 50-meter swimming pool for relaxation cut into the rocks, exquisite chandeliers and stone fireplaces, French doors, painted coffered ceiling.
Controversial statement. I really do not like those sort of painted ceilings. For me, it makes everything feel really like cramped and horrible. And I don't walk around like this, like looking up. Doesn't do it for me.
A comprehensive library with books on flora and naturalism.
Wait, so the book's included?
This villa has botanical gardens, considered by many to be among the top 10 worldwide.
So you're
There's
basically
also
buying
a
Kew
man-made
Gardens at
pond
this point.
with Amazonian lily pads on it, a bronze statue of Athena draped in marble tunic at the gate.
This house better come with like a 20-man team to maintain it all, because this is shocking. You can't just get any random gardener to come in and look after your Amazonian lily pads.
Once the most expensive house, and currently the second most expensive villa in the world, Villa Le Cèdre has only passed through the hands of true historical figures.
If I'm honest, I don't know. I think for me, my issue is I'm here for the modern stuff, not as modern as the weird, like, organ-looking one before. You know, I think I'd probably choose the holes one just because it looks a bit more interesting. I'm going to move the holes one up to like 50% would not buy it, and I'm going to move that 410 million one down to 100% would not buy it. All right, next one, number 3, Villa Leopolda. $750 million. Woo.
Villa Leopolda, $750 million. The interior of Villa Leopolda features extravagant luxury.
See, I feel like this is slightly better. It's like it's got the class to it. I feel like with the surfaces and the color scheme, it's got slightly more modern feel. I'm talking like I know what I'm on about. I have no idea, but like for me, this does it more. Not sure about the statues, but you know, we can just accidentally knock them off, you know?
With marble finishings and exposed wooden beams, you'll find a movie theater, 14 exquisite black marble baths, and 10 grand bedrooms, opulent chandeliers, bowling alleys, luxurious dining rooms and kitchens, a library, and several sophisticated artworks and sculptures. The house itself is a work of art that invokes the French Belle Epoque style, and why not, since it was designed over centuries. A grand swimming pool, a helipad, several relaxation points, freshly trimmed gardens, and over 1,000.
I love how a feature of this house is freshly trimmed gardens. It's like, you know, that stuff grows over time, you know? If you left it for long enough, it wouldn't be freshly trimmed anymore. I feel like that one was probably the best one so far. In the scale, it's not on the bottom half of the scale. It's probably about the middle. I'd be more likely to buy that than the other ones. Again, I'm not going to have $750 million anytime soon, but like, that's definitely closer than the other ones. I don't know if it's there yet, but you know, we'll see what we get as we move forward, as we go up the cost. Oh my goodness, we actually have a sponsor for this video. It is in fact the subscribe button. So please hit it. You have to do nothing else. Just hit the subscribe button and keep watching. That would be great. Hope you're enjoying the video. The number 2 is in Antillia and it's worth $2 billion. At the moment, it just looks like a weird sort of housing estate, sort of a fancy modern one. I don't know, but we'll see how we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, pause this video and take a deep breath.
All right, I'm ready.
Right. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. We're finally exploring
All right,
beyond
mate.
the
Show me
French
the house,
Riviera. And would you know it, we're exploring a house that's out of this world. Apologies, but the four corners of the earth just won't cut it. Our number 1 home may be the most expensive home, but this is by far the most remarkable. As a matter of fact, it is the most expensive home belonging to a person, to the richest man in India and chairman of Reliance Industries, Mukesh Ambani, with a net worth of $95.7 billion at the time of making this video.
I tell you what, with $95 billion, you could buy a lot of the futuristic RVs.
The building has a ballroom, an 80-capacity velvet seat cinema.
So far, I'm liking the look of this. It's like I'm buying a piece of the future, not like I'm buying a piece of the past, you know? I sound really uncultured right now. I'm so sorry.
9 separate elevators, a 168-car garage, a temple for worship, a spa, an entire level of floating vegetation, and a snow room that is pumped with snowflakes at all times.
It's like the opposite of a sauna. This is painful. If I'm honest with you, that does not look comfortable at all. Like, what if an icicle fell on your head? Oh.
The home is vertically divided into 6 sections, with each section symbolic of the Hindu ascension to enlightenment. The sections represent earth, water,
I like the
fire,
design. I like the interior design,
sound, and light. The Antilla was built by Chicago-based Perkins Will to withstand a Grade 8 earthquake. For perspective, a 2008 Grade 8 earthquake in Sichuan, China, recorded about 87,000 fatalities. Antilla stands at 570 feet, with
the engineering work to make something that tall that can withstand an earthquake of that power. I cannot comprehend that at all. I'm far too dumb. Is it floating on water? Is it like suspended somehow underground? It's actually mad. I'd love to see how that works underground, man.
27 floors. Yet each floor is built
27
high,
floors.
so that the building looks like a 60-floor building. Antilla in all its glory.
It looks like one of those things when you first play Minecraft that you like, oh, I'm going to build a modern tower. And you build something like this and it's like really janky and it's all like almost all of it is window. That's what this looks like.
600 workers tend to the house, and it's 6
600
Ambani
workers.
family members, while the house consumes
wonder if it comes
approximately
with
the
them.
same amount of electricity for 7,000 homes. $2.6 billion sounds like a lot, but you can imagine how much it costs to maintain.
That was interesting. So I wonder if he's up for selling it. Now, for me, I think that like the design of it was much more me. Like it was much more modern, more like futuristic. In terms of my would I buy it level, I think that's probably 80%. Yeah, I think I'd buy that. It was quite nice. But again, I don't have 2 billion on me. I did have 2 billion, but I got mugged. So there's some very rich thief somewhere around. So for number 1, we have Buckingham Palace. I must admit, I was not expecting Buckingham Palace to be on this list. To be honest with you, I've been to Buckingham Palace. I haven't been inside it, but I've been there. I've looked at the outside. It doesn't look all that from the outside, so I'll be intrigued to see what it's like from the inside and whether it really lives up to the 5 billion.
Buckingham Palace. $5 billion. The eternal presence of the
Buckingham
Queen just
Palace.
proves that we're in the Matrix and nothing is real. But trust me, guys, that price tag.
I must admit, this did not age well.
Buckingham Palace is the most expensive property on the surface of God's green earth.
I'm not sure I believe that. Buckingham Palace is the most expensive property on earth. I don't know about that. I'm not sure what I think would be the most expensive property. Surely the White House is worth more than Buckingham Palace. Anyway, he's got a deep voice, so I guess we've got to believe him.
The palace has 775 rooms, including 52 principal bedrooms,
775.
78 baths, 19 state bedrooms, has its own post office, jeweler's workshop, and the largest private garden in London. The home was built in 1703 and has gone through modifications over the years by various architects and designers, hence its rich blend of architectural and interior designs.
See, I think I think this is better than the second one. It just doesn't do it for me. It's too much, it's too over the top. It's too like boom, like in your face. Like I feel like I couldn't relax in a place like that.
Some rooms feature the famous Belle Epoque style, while several reception rooms have a Chinese Regency styling. Buckingham Palace has several rooms, including the music room, blue, green, and white drawing rooms, 50-meter-long picture gallery.
You can't imagine someone just walking around, kicking their feet up, like in a dressing gown, chilling. I feel like there must be some hidden rooms somewhere that are like actual living spaces that like you can leave your magazine lying around, or you can leave your, I don't know, your Nintendo Switch on the side charging or whatever. Like I feel like none of these are chill. I don't know, it doesn't do it for me at all.
There are also several other rooms and grand halls that serve for hosting parties and receiving dignitaries. Due to the redecorations of King Edward VII, several of these rooms and stairways are designed in a Belle Epoque style, using cream and gold.
So Buckingham Palace, I don't know, it like is nice, and I feel like it's got some brownie points from me because it's in England, you know, it's in the UK, it's in London. It's too regal. I think regal is probably the word. I'm not a regal person. Like this, for example, although it looks like trash from the outside, this looks nice to me. I like this. I mean, some of those chairs look a bit whack, but you know. But the question is, where does Buckingham Palace go on the list? I think it probably goes below the whole house. So I think after all these, to be honest with you, the 2 billion tower block, but the earthquake-proof one is probably my favorite. I think it looks the best. I think it has the best design. It's more modern. I mean, I'd survive an earthquake as well, which is good. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. If you enjoyed it. See you later. Peace. Who would buy any of these, man?